when you said 10,000, I started sweating because I think that's how many pages I read in law school. So all of a sudden I got like this, my heart was beating fast and I got this, sweat. But so here it is. You're done with the honeymoon phase. You opened it up. The euphoria is gone. And next thing you know, you're trying to figure out, okay, so how do I grow my practice? And how do I make money? And one thing you mentioned, we talked last week, is the journey, the patient owner journey from the parking lot to the counter, which is fascinating. So what's the biggest areas that the doctors needs to focus on to grow and make a profit?
Right. There's a bit of a misnomer about marketing. When you hear the word marketing, oh, I need to do more marketing. A lot of people associate that actually with advertising. But I'll give you kind of an adage. Not all marketing, all advertising is marketing, but not all marketing is advertising. The analogy I'll give you is kind of like bourbon and whiskey, right? All bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. And so same thing with marketing. Marketing, if we were to give you the actual definition, it's that anything a company can do to stimulate demand. One of the things they can do is use paid advertising. But one of the things that cost you no money, but some effort, is to engage in a process of delivering excellent care for your pets and patients and clients, right? And how you do that, most people intuitive think they use the word kind of customer service, and a lot of people, when they think of customer service, they kind of think about maybe Chick-fil-A and the My
Yeah, the
Pleasure.
drive-through snap, that's great,
Yes,
right?
just
Yeah.
being really nice and courteous for people. At a premium price point of a veterinarian, you go into a social scenario as a veterinarian. People ask you what they do, and you shudder because you have to tell them you're a veterinarian, and they're either going to tell you one of two things. They're going to show you a picture of their dog, which you're like, great, a picture of a dog, or they're going to tell you about how expensive it was the last time they went to a veterinarian. And because of COVID or the pandemic, everyone went out and got puppies, and they were at home. They were noticing problems. So our pet population increased on top of people noticing problems. They come to the vet clinic, and we just didn't have enough slack in the system to accommodate that extra demand. Because of that excess demand, everyone was looking for vets. When everyone's out in the market looking for vets, wages for vets increase. And so as the wages of vets increased, we had to pass it along. Meanwhile, the pharmaceutical companies saw, and lab companies and all of our vendors saw like limitless demand in the market. They also increased their price because they saw the demand. And then on
Yep.
the tail end of that, you have this runaway inflation that increased the price of everything, but even more so in veterinary medicine. I believe one statistic that veterinary inflation ran about 20% higher than the general CPI.
Wow.
And so significantly higher than, say, any other goods. And so what's happened to the general public is they say, wow, it was expensive to go to the vet prior, during the pandemic. It's not a new comment to hear, but it is now even more expensive. And what we're seeing, a latest statistic that came out that said 52% of US pet parents reported skipping or declining care due to cost. And
Wow.
what I'll say, what does that actually mean? What that means is that people are saying, okay, I'm not going to not go to the vet at all. I'm just going to bring my pet to the vet when it's sick. And so the proportion kind of pre-pandemic was about 70-30 wellness to sick patients. And now it's basically the entire flip. 70% is like urgent care or sick patients, and 30% is wellness. And it's not because your wellness patients left you. It's because people really, in an environment where things are more expensive, they're choosing to only come to the vet when it's sick.
Wow.
And my biggest fear for our industry is that we've kind of baked it in.